You want that quick video? Hear me?
Welcome, sports fans. Welcome back to another very special episode. I'm your host, Joe Man, and this is This or That Sports TV, the place you guys come to get the best, most interesting, and riveting sports topics, discussions, and debates on the internet.
Yes, people, before we get into the video, don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to This or That Sports TV. It's important. Do one more thing for us, though.
Share the video to at least 10 people to ensure to get us 6 subscribers, because if each and every one of you guys can manage to do that, you know how many subscribers that get us by the end of the day, people?
Yeah, one whole heap. So, we are here, people, with the proudest man in Jamaica at the moment. I don't think you can find somebody prouder than him on the island. The coach, the mentor, and much more for Dujuan Richards. Just received the official call up to the Gold Cup squad. Talk to Mr. Butler. Right off the bat.
Boy, very proud. Very feel you know, vindicated.
Yeah.
Because over the years they've said Leon Bailey is not good enough, and he's proved it and shown. And Whisper has also done the same, and there's still more to come. So very proud and very hopeful for the future positive national football team. Men's team. Very hopeful.
There's a narrative going around, right? So we know that the highest level that Whisper has played at so far is at the schoolboy level, competitively. You have a local league, you have players dominating the local league, scoring, the two players topping the goal scoring charts being Trevante Stewart, Colin Henderson. So some people are asking, right below that you have Fabian Reid for Arnett Gardens. A lot of people are asking, why didn't Coach Argumson select one of the professionals that are what the profession they're earning from? They're earning from.
Did you say professionals a while ago?
Whether you find a professional or not, they are making a living from football. Call them one of them some professional goal scorers than a schoolboy. What do you have to say about
that? Just in case you don't know, Dujuan Whisper Richards is signed to one of the biggest football clubs, first team in the world, Chelsea Football Club.
Yeah.
Not Mount Pleasant, not Cavaliers Football Club. Chelsea Football Club. Second of all, Mr. Richards did not just play at the highest level at schoolboy football. Mr. Richards has played against Aston Villa, FC, U19, the FA Cup champions of England, and scored 4 goals against them and beat them. He has played against Crystal Palace, the league champions of England, scored 3 goals against them and beat them by 5-0. He has played against KRC Genk, scored 3 goals in a 5-0 rout. So the reality of it is, Mr. Richards is well known, has a lot more experience than both players internationally, and this is an international competition that we're going into. Second of all, he was educated in the Phoenix All-Stars Football Academy that focuses on complete development of the player. So he's well suited at playing both on the right and the left, using both feet, very well educated in the sport of football. And Manning Cup was only used as a means by which to show the Jamaica, not the rest of the world, because the rest of the world had already been exposed to him. Not Jamaica, but not the rest of the world, but Jamaica, that he can dominate against all these players. As the technical chairman of the technical committee, Mr. Rudolph Speed, had said Whisper was not good. So I guess now he sees how good he is. Yeah. Second of all, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. We saw how Whisper performed against Trinidad and Tobago when Trevante Stewart, I think, got his chance as well. Yeah? And we know that Whisper was one of the better, if not the best player on the pitch.
Right.
Yeah? Further to that, in his first game, starting full 90 minutes, if you look at the game against Qatar, Whisper was not a 17-year-old trying to fit into big man football. He was the best player on the pitch.
You're just another.
Yeah.
You're just
so
another
what
senior
that
football
says
player.
about Phoenix All Stars Football Academy is that we're developing and doing the right thing where football, young footballers and adult footballers are concerned. And therefore, when the coach came and looked at him and watched him at Phoenix in training, which I think at least one of you were witness to, he recognized not just Whisper's talent, but the whole academy and what we're about. Yeah.
Right.
So it's only a matter of time if he's allowed to do his job correctly, which is to pick the best available players. Yeah. That he will choose players that are playing, maybe playing in at Phoenix or maybe playing overseas or whatever, but it's not necessarily the fact that you're going to play in the local Premier League that makes you the best. Remember, Phoenix plays practice matches against these teams as well and beat them. Always remember that, So that's it. That's my reasoning.
I know you.
And I want to remind you of something else. Who do you say is one of the best coaches that ever coached in the world? Sir Alex Ferguson, don't?
He's definitely one.
Definitely one.
Yeah. Wasn't he the one who bossed Rooney?
For sure.
How old was Rooney when he first
I
played?
never boss Rooney.
No, Rooney
Everton.
from Everton, and he gave him
the chance. But how old was Rooney when he first played for England?
17.
Okay. And what did Sir Alex Ferguson's favorite statement?
Iconic. If you're good enough, you're old enough, and we agree with you, But yeah, obviously
exactly.
we have to have the discussion to prove some people wrong, because we've been singing this tune. Everybody knows, and know since the call up. It's not hindsight. We've been saying this. So I know you
from before this or that Sports TV, but especially since getting the channel and then seeing Whisper in the Manning Cup, all my suspicions are validated and confirmed, and even more so when the international scout came to fight for his signature against another big international team, which is Newcastle. So,
you know that I brought the head of recruitment for Chelsea to the Premier League game with Mount Pleasant against Arnett Gardens.
Yeah.
He was ready to go in about 10 minutes.
A bit of exaggeration there?
No. One of the things that he has said is he sees the raw talent, the raw power, the speed, the aggression, the strength. But what he does not see is the technical development, movement off the ball, and football brains. Yeah? And I keep saying it to people. If you just keep bringing players into your squad, and you don't develop a system, you don't develop a method of teaching them the proper technique, when they reach a certain level, they don't get bigger better after 13 years old. They just get bigger. Most of those players that I've seen there playing, I don't see them better. I see them bigger. And when you have a standout, it's because they have a little more technical training, like Lamar Walker. Yeah?
Yeah.
You could see that he has a little more technique in him, right? And so he stands out. How many goals? Did any of you guys watch the final?
Yeah, man.
Of the Premier League?
Yeah.
Did you see how many bad runs were made? How many missed shots?
Yeah.
How many badly timed runs? Have any of you been to a Phoenix training?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What do you see us talk about off the ball movement? Don't you see us always teaching the strikers away and crash, diagonal runs, loops, peel, all of those things? We don't see those things being employed at that level. And that's because they're not taught it. So when you go up against the big boys, you're not going to stand up.
Right. We know the coach. You said that the coach came to your training session, and I'm assuming that you've had multiple conversations with him. How does he feel about Whisper? What's the vibe that you're getting from the coach?
Coach love Whisper, man. Coach believe in Whisper. And Whisper coach believes in Whisper, and Whisper believes in the coach. And the coach rewards Whisper with opportunities, and Whisper delivers for the coach. That's how it works. You understand? The coach believes in Leon, Leon delivers for the coach. You understand?
Right.
So, and if you look at Whisper and Leon, they're very close in their skill sets and everything. Because they're coming out to the same place. It's the same man building two of them. You
Right.
understand? So they're going to come out to the same place. Leon has more experience now. Yeah. And he will be able to bring Whisper up in the way that he should grow and continue. And I'm so excited about it. Makes me very proud. I'm very hopeful for Jamaica. You know?
And he just played 2 games, 90 minutes against Qatar and another probably 15-10 against Jordan. Give us an assessment of his performance. I'm sure you watch them. I'm sure you never miss a minute.
Yeah, I think that he wasn't getting the ball a lot. Yeah, in the first game.
Yeah.
But the advice that was given to him before the game is every ball that you touch must be dangerous. You must make an impact with every single ball you touch. And I cannot say that Dujuan didn't deliver on that promise. Yeah? What I said after that is now I want to see you working on your movement. Yeah?
Yeah.
I want to see you doing more movement. He tracked back very well. He came back and helped very well. Um, I think that he does what the coach asked him to do.
Yeah.
I want to see him doing more movement off the ball. You know, I want to see him doing 10 runs if he has to get the ball. I don't want to see him static. You
Yeah,
know,
man, but even in the game, especially against Qatar, we saw Whisper, as I said, very dangerous. Running at adult defenders and not running widely, not losing the ball, but running with intent and making things happen, creating chances, getting fouled, playing good passes. Like, do
the
you
one
think
for the
he?
penalty, the
Yeah,
one that
yeah.
he gave Bowser for the header,
And
and
the free kick that he
the
won, the
free
pass
kick,
that he made, yeah. So
and the
created a
pass
lot
he
of
made
chance.
across the 6 yard box that should have been an easy roll in. Yeah,
Outstanding game. Right? I think Whisper may be employed as an impact player more so than a starter in the Gold Cup. Do you think that he'll be an effective player if required to do that job rather than be a starter that which is what he's used to?
I think he'll be great at whatever he's given the opportunity to for his country because he will do so with pride, honor, and with every ounce of flesh, power in his body. However, I do believe that the more time that he's given is the more impact he'll have on the game.
Yeah.
So I mean, you also have to manage, as I said with the Trinidad game, you have to manage how you bring him in so that he is continuing to be loved by the players, right? So you don't bring in a little young guns and put him and you start him over all of the big man them. You make them help him, guide him, so love him and support him and appreciate him until he's a starter. I believe he can be a starter in the team. It is my total desire to see him on one wing and Leon on the other wing, or one at attacking midfield or second strike and the other one on a wing. Because I believe that's how it should be. That is my personal belief because I know both players inside and out and I know what they'll bring to the table. I know so Whisper will pick up the ball and dribble on the man and bust the net, and Leon will more than do so. So
Yeah.
if you get those two players in isolated situations, you're going to get that from them every single time. That's what they're bred to do. That's what they're trained to do. You understand? That's who they are.
All right, so I think in about 3 years it's an inevitability
Bro,
that Dejan Richards will
What you
be.
just
you
say a
say
while
three
ago?
years?
I think
What
in
you
about
said?
3 years it's an inevitability that Dejan Richards will be not only a starter but probably the best player on this
I
team,
can
right?
see a word.
By the time he's 21,
Listen.
inevitably.
I don't believe in the best player thing because Leon Chippy Bailey is still up on the pitch. And in three
And,
years'
And
time,
what you
Leon
say,
will be
see a
and
word
I'm
29.
yet?
saying I'm saying by the time
Yeah.
Whisper is 21, I think Whisper will be the best player on the national team, and that leads me to the question that to ask you, being the figurative dad of both of these players.
Oh,
Don't you
brother.
think that Whisper is the heir apparent and very soon will usurp Liam Bailey as the man, as we both believe that he's the man supposed to be captain
He's the
Jamaica?
heir apparent to Leon, but Leon is not an old man. Leon is 25-year-old.
And we understand
Am
that
I
in
run the ship
three
together?
years, Leon Bailey is going to still be in his prime. But I believe that
No,
a 21-year-old
listen.
Whisper will be better
My
than a
question to
25-year-old
you
Leon
is,
Bailey.
right?
Don't you?
My question to you is,
Yeah.
if you had a team and you were able to have Diego Maradona
Yeah.
and Messi on the same team,
Mm-hmm.
you better really compare them to see which one is better, or you going to see how much goal you're going to score.
Both.
A
I
co-captain, man.
wouldn't.
A co-captain. I mean, both of them are
Exactly.
run shit. You get me? I
Both
say,
of them are going to run the ship.
but me can
And
see a
not
world.
only that, but yeah, man, we're committed to the team now. Them are agree and them man, they were good.
Yeah, and
No, Whisper.
that's next thing we're gonna ask it. I just believe that by the time Dujuan reaches at 21, he's gonna be one of the best players in the region. Genuinely believe that in 3 years' time, when him coming out a man body, him probably grow an inch more. He might be faster,
By
he
the
might be
time
stronger, and his
he's
technique will be
21, I
so
think he
impeccable.
will be one of the best players in the world.
Yeah,
But I already think that Leon is one of the best players in the world. You
Oliver
get it?
Best.
best is as I said, best is subjective.
What
When you
that
say
God
best, you
has
talk
done
about
is
top.
blessed us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What God has done is blessed this nation with a succession plan. And thank God for Phoenix. Because when Chippy continues, Chippy will play for about 10 more years.
yeah,
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And when Chippy is finished, Whisper will carry it another 5 to 6 years. Yeah?
yeah.
And when Whisper is finished, Sean will carry it another 5 to 6 years. When Sean done, the great mighty ants are going to win the World Cup.
Mighty hands.
Mighty ants at them.
You know,
So
honestly,
talk to him about the Murray Gray. Like what do you think about him finally declaring and Leon Bailey and him having a reunion of sorts?
mm,
Like what do you think about the
it is a
Murray Gray on
reunion.
one side, Leon Bailey on the other
And
side?
did he contribute to yeah? Did he play a little bit of scouting
And recruiting.
or
They
recruit?
are, yeah, man, they're good friends. And I think it will be good for the country.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really think this is the best team Jamaica has had in the last maybe 10, 15 years.
I, I'd say at least 20.
At least 20 years. The
Yeah,
best
yeah.
chance we have of really dominating and making it to the World Cup is
Mm-hmm.
this. And you know what? All what people saying, I think that this coach is a coach to do it because you know what? The man listen. B, him open to opinions. C, him strong enough to stick to what he believe in.
Mm-hmm.
And D, he's able to motivate the players that like him.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how the man stand up to speed, brother. Because if I
Yeah.
for speed, whisper on the other side, then no time at all, you know.
Where I said there was a face off.
You don't have to have a face off. Obviously, if speed is saying whisper not good on a national TV, national YouTube, and Ryan show, and say how King cool him down and him not good, him is a little boy and rate it. Right?
Yeah.
And don't pick him for the under 20. Him and him friend them. Right? And then this coach come in, look at the youth and say no, and carrying him.
Mm.
That's not gonna be with popular support from inside the GFF office. That's on him. And one thing I'm going to say to my son them tonight, whisper, Chippy, make sure on a go there and deliver for this coach. Can believe in on.
Mm.
Right, deliver and take a big chance. So when I go there, don't just do it for me or for the family or for Jamaica. Do it for this little guy from Iceland that come in and believe. And give him a chance and put Leon in a position of leadership that he has. He really believes in them.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, others are starting to come on board. That's why Demarai Gray came over. I have hope for a real clean national team that is
Yeah.
based off that you're gonna be playing based off your ability, not based off whether or not the chairman and technical committee is you're coming from the club that the chairman and technical committee control. You don't see what go on. You
Walk
blind?
on. Walk on.
Guys, think about it, right?
Yeah.
Who are the defenders in this team going forward for the Gold Cup?
Damian Lowe and Ethan Pinnock.
Yes.
Deshaun Beckford,
Bernard,
Deshaun Bernard,
Lati Bodier,
and Lati Bodier, or
Mariapa,
Mariapa,
Lembiska and
Lembikisa, Javian Brown.
Amara Bell, Taxi.
Lamara. Who is missing?
I
We know
reckon
it, yeah, go down the Richard King
I
route.
reckon you're alluding to Richard King not being included.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I made a video recently saying that I don't think Richard King makes my squad, and I've been saying for a couple of weeks now that
But
I'm
remember that
told.
Speed was saying that Richard King is the best defender out of Jamaica.
I don't think I
Remember
didn't see
Speed
much.
said that?
I haven't seen much improvement from 19-year-old Richard King to
Yeah,
22-year-old Richard King. I
and
haven't seen much
that's the
improvement.
problem
Why
for
you
me.
think? Because the technical training is not there. The preparation is not there. And
All
it
right,
should
so
be there across
in
the
my
nation.
opinion, and what
Not just
I'm
on
not,
Richard King, but all the developing players. You don't realize that players that you see playing at 14, 13, 14 years old, their technical ability stops and their body just grow. Because they're not training. They're just being used to play competitions after that.
all right, so in
We do
my
it the other way around. We'd rather don't play the competition them locally and do the training.
yeah.
Go on, no? So we'll
And
wrap up soon.
yeah, and in my opinion, I definitely think that Richard King, especially at 19 and 18, one of the highest potential players. Do you think put Richard King in your, because we've seen the likes of Kevin Wilson and Reed and other players seeked out your consultancy for the improvement of their football game. You know, I'm not sure their arrangements. I'll just say it
If I had
as
Richard
clearly as
King,
possible.
right, and I don't need a dollar out there, 'cause I just care about the country. If I had Richard King,
Yeah.
I'd take him for 2 months and don't make him touch the ball with him right foot. For 2 months, him couldn't touch with him right foot.
And he,
Just to develop that balance, just to develop how to use the foot. You have to tackle on the inside if a player cuts it. All of that. Remember, people watch the tapes,
so the type of player you think Richard King would be right now, like on the level of the players that you always say are better than him, or do you think he'd still not be at the level where he'd
You
be
know
the
what I
best
really,
solution?
I really hate to use the term that a man better than a man. You understand? When you
Yeah.
look at a girl, right, and it's 10 beautiful women in a room, right? You're going to say, this one is more beautiful than all of the others.
Depends
If
how
if it's my own,
that's true, and it depends the disparity. It depends how
no rush, we don't rate women. We don't do that. I'm just
Utilize in the eyes of the beholder, right?
we don't we
Utilize in the
appreciate the
eyes of the
beauty of
beholder.
I'm gonna
everybody.
have
Suppose
a woman conversation there.
suppose the
You
woman
know that one,
is
I know.
a woman like the woman out of Proverbs 31. That she's just awesome in everything what she do.
Yeah.
She get pretty in her eye,
I don't lie.
The point I'm trying to make is we can't say Whisper better than Chippy, or Chippy or Whisper Leon better than them. I agree. You have to look at the qualities that they bring together in a team sport,
That's true.
right? It's like people saying Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, this battle forever. Two different type of player,
They are.
successful, but two different types of players. Yeah, that
Interesting
King
perspective.
lacks proper development in certain areas, right? The left foot.
So
Yeah,
you're admitting that barring his technical deficiencies, which can be attributed to his lack of development, Richard King is an extremely talented and naturally gifted central defender.
I don't like the word naturally gifted because that is what mess up everybody. You
Come
don't
on,
get
man.
it.
Some people get more gift than some.
Oh yeah,
No,
100%.
no. When Whisper came to Phoenix, he could not use his right foot.
So are you saying, Mr. Butler, are you saying that you
Whisper,
can
hold
get
on, no,
anybody?
was extremely slow. Chippy couldn't use his right foot no time at all.
No, but some
Right?
people just have a knack. Some people just have a knack for
So are you saying
something.
as any kid Museni right now, you make him a professional footballer? Just send a kid.
No, any kid that you send me, I'm going to make him better than what he was.
For sure. But you know what? I separate.
Whether he makes it as a professional footballer, it's not just about his football. King plays. You know how much more aggressive he could be as a central defender?
Yeah.
Not aggressive.
It could be more aggressive.
10 million times more aggressive. Me that chain him up like dog and beat him till him get rough. You understand?
Yeah.
Rough him up. You get me?
Yeah.
When them man they all get a pass and make it over to the wing, him supposed to in at the box and head the ball to the goal. You say tall. I'm a play easy, cool, side back
I'm more
football.
finesse type of centre back. Him could have used some
Which
aggression.
finesse? You don't have finesse centre back in the world of football, brother.
Him smooth, man. No, me I say him smooth. Him like the touch, him like the control
It
and the
might
pass
look
and
smooth, but
the dribble.
we don't need that.
No, we don't necessarily need that.
We need Sergio Ramos defender. We need Koulibaly defender.
You know,
We need Van Dijk type of defender.
We have a Ethan Pinnock, who is a very cool player, but know when to put in a cruncher. So it's just
what I
time and place.
Exactly.
Time and
Right?
place.
Look on Pique, look on Van Dijk.
You see how Damian though?
all
Every
class,
time this is Damian, you know what I tell Damian? Damian, make sure so when you play them ball, they don't chip it. And him go down the line and across. You can't reach into the box and buck too. Let me ask you a question. Don Hugh Mitchell. How does a central defender score 20 goals and is the second leading goal scorer in the Monaco?
Because him coach put him play forward.
Which put him for play forward?
That they put him for strike, Mr. Butler.
How many of the goals him score come from play in a forward position and not coming from a surge from the back? Go look back by your tape then. Was it 2 goals in score when they are forward? Everything is coming from a surge from the back. The surge from the back is modern day football. Yeah? Every top defender nowadays. Koulibaly, how he play, or Van Dijk and them man there. You don't get it. But you say I love Koulibaly?
Yeah, man, you love Koulibaly, man.
Because Koulibaly is, like, I'm going to say it, it might sound away from say, but Koulibaly is black. He have genetics similar to ours, right? And he has power and he have intelligence. And he's not afraid to go forward. That's what got him from Genk to Napoli and from Napoli to Chelsea. You understand? If we were to develop our central defenders like that, they would have an edge worldwide. Not because of anything other than the fact that we are genetically designed to be able to do it. Not every defender can do it, you know. Not every defender. You have some players that are from certain countries that don't have the speed to route that middle and reach in time for the cross, you know. So if you look at it that way, what do we have that other players don't have in the rest of the world?
Yeah.
You take advantage of that.
You have to.
Yeah.
What makes us different? Why is it that we're not focusing on marathon, building marathon runners?
Because
we're not a marathon runner in Jamaica.
We don't have the legs for that.
As sprinters we have.
Yeah,
we don't have the endurance like that.
So why is it that we're not developing footballers that are consistent with our genetics? Why are we trying to be Brazilians and pass the ball around like a samba with a pan? And a samba will play a dancehall. And a wide. You know, get it? All right. If look at music from Brazil, right? Exactly. Look at samba music, right? Which is what?
Waistline, man.
Yeah. And smooth and flow and rare, right?
Yeah.
Or dancehall dance.
Dancehall aggressive, man. Dancehall dance is aggressive and all over the place.
Aggressive, thank you. So why is it that we're trying to play football like we're samba dancers? We need to play football like we're dancehall footballers. You don't get it? Culture have everything to do with how you play.
I hear you. I agree. I feel like we need to take
how the Spanish play. Look at the Dutch, how the Dutch play. Look at the German, how the Germans play. They play consistent with them culture.
I agree with you, man.
You know what sweet me more than anything else today? So the coach try press. You don't realize that?
There was clearly a high press. We never defend well. We never defend when them win the ball.
Because them just learn. But them try high press to see it would have worked. And they never had the full personnel. Now imagine if you have Leon Bailey, Demarai Gray, Mikel Antonio, yeah, and Bobby Reed press the back line like that. Who in the US that have the pace for them man they have? In foot speed, pressing. Not with the ball, you know, without the ball. If they might run down for you. The only thing you can do is kick out the ball. And Damian Lowe, I got easy level, just control it, get back to the midfielder, and then just get to Bobby Reed again, and thread the needle, and they might take you on and mash you. If them lose it, they press down, win it back again. And the good thing about this team is that if you look to the bench, you have people who can come off the bench. If you don't start Demarai Gray, and you start Whisper, then you have Gray off of the bench. If you start Demarai Gray, you have Whisper off of the bench.
Yep.
You have Shamar Nicholson off of the bench. Yep. You have Corey Burke off of the bench. Man, we're going to run for you same way.
Yep. Yeah.
So the replacements are not that far off from those on the pitch. That's what we didn't have before. And that was because we were allowing the coaches that were there were so intimidated that they were allowing the players of the people who are in charge above them to dictate who should be in that spot. And they weren't good enough. So right now, what my man says is a message, you know. If you're not good enough, you're not going to play in the business. Who is in boss?
Straight up. And everybody,
at the end of the day,
take a look.
At the end of the day, if he doesn't perform, if Jaime Halgrimson does not perform and do well in this Gold Cup, the same people that are forced him to play, their players are going to fire him.
Yep.
So it's better him play who he believes is the best.
Good pan your sword, man. Good pan your sword, man.
Eh?
I say better you good pan your sword.
Better you go to your own sword. Exactly.
But Mr. Butler, I have to say congrats. You've been at work with the youth. You did it all the way. Congrats. And the Chelsea move again. Congrats on the youth. You're breaking into Jamaican team. It's a big move. Thanks for passing through. It's always a good reason. You know your football philosophy. We love it. Yeah. Always a good football talk to you. Thank you for passing through. We that.
Guess what's coming? Hey, guess what's coming?
What that?
5 more players selected by Chelsea. 5, not 1.
Breaking news. Like we're gonna do a live, bro.
When that time it broke, it all broke.
Guess what the number 1 man? Guess what first on the list?
Duvi.
That one with fear. Ooh.
King. Finish it. King what?
T'Challa.
Boss. King Boss. First on the list.
Yeah. Good news. We just
boy, the gift.
Hey. All of this benefit Jamaica. All of this benefit Jamaica, and that's where we're at. Isn't me so? Loving it. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, man.
All right, Mr. Butler, we link.
You got yourself. Oh,
ciao.